Hi, this is Badia from Macaulay, and this is my story how I was accepted in NASA, achieved my dream of making documentary on International Space Station. My life journey was good since childhood and didn't go well as expected. Ever since childhood, I was fond of cosmos, planets, and space, so I made up my mind to be an astronaut ever since when I was 11. I even wrote a letter to NASA to accept me to be an astronaut. They mailed me back with a letter. It had some information for eligibility, requirements, and criteria to get accepted in NASA for astronaut. So, I made up my mind to study one of the STEM programs that was accepted by NASA. After high school, I studied mechanical engineering and completed my master's degree in structural engineering, gained relevant work experience, and carried out trainings to qualify to be an astronaut. I thought it as simple as it seems to be, but it was way more tough and hard to get accepted and become an astronaut. Thus, after having minimum relevant work experience, I trained so that screening becomes more easier for me. I trained myself and decided to apply in NASA. Well, I have had few G-force tests so that I know how it feels. Somewhat I managed to experience it. I applied to become NASA astronaut, but my interview didn't go well, so this was where all my real struggle began. Well, that was the first time I have ever experienced failure in exams in my life. Never knew how it feels to fail in tests and exams. I was frustrated and anxious, so for a few weeks I stayed in solitude. Never talked to anybody, not even my family members or friends. My mother was worried for my mental and psychological condition it may lead to. It was my mother who planned cake party to cheer me up, and everybody consulted me not to lose morale since failure helps to learn way faster than anything else. After 6 months, I began to prepare to reapply for the position of an astronaut. I was too concerned about G-force since it didn't go well when I trained. I applied for the second time, and unexpectedly I failed an interview for the second time. I was depressed and thought to give up my dreams to be an astronaut. It felt like I am good at nothing. My family was concerned about my mental health since I used to be a sensitive since childhood. It felt like the world is against me and nobody was willing to help me. But for my family, I was a gem. Unlike staying with family and friends and asking for help, for several days, I didn't speak to anybody. This is how my life was about to change. Mother and brother recommended me to reapply for third time. I had no hope that I would be successful this time. And that's how it went. I was rejected in interview screening process. Fully depressed, fragile, and hopeless, I give up. I had no hope and no any dream. Unable to achieve my dream, I even thought of give up on my life. Too hopeless and depressed, I had to take psychiatric drugs and therapy to maintain good mental health. I was nearby riverbank, thinking even worse about future. There was no ray of hope but despair and misery. A girl approached me and asked if I know where the vet clinic is. She was able to read through my facial expression and body language how I felt. This is when she entered my life. "What do you think life is?" she asked. I wasn't in the mood to utter any words. I was full of myself and only thought of what I was not able to achieve. You don't have anything to say, but your facial expression does say a lot about you. It seems you are in some sort of misery and sorrow, she asked. I am good at nothing and I don't have any future, I said. You have nothing until you try and give your best. That's what she replied. Idiot, you don't know anything. I give all I had but still got nothing. If that's the case, you should consider try it out until you succeed. No matter how many times a baby fall, they stand and learn to walk. That's how struggle and life work as well, she explained. It encouraged me a little, but still I had no hope. When I went home, I found something unexpected. You finally made a girlfriend, said mother. Girlfriend, you say? I don't have one, I said. Who is the girl behind you? Asked my mother. I didn't know. She was already following me to home without me noticing her. Why are you here? I asked the girl. I wanted to talk to your family, she said. I felt like she was up to something, but it turned out that she wanted to help me. She asked me to stay out for a while and begin to talk with my family members. I was confused what she was trying to do. After a few minutes, she opened front door and approached me. You will have to reapply for your dream job. Who knows, God may help you with the next actions you take. That's what she said and left. She might know what I felt, but only I do know what I've been through all these times. My family, as usual, supported me and asked to apply. Well, this time I was lucky and got selected and approved to be NASA astronaut. I was happy, but I was already in ill mental health condition. I wanted to be happy but couldn't be. It felt like there's more than a person within me, and it couldn't be helped. After 9 days, I found the girl I met on the riverbank was nobody other than daughter of the heinous criminal of all time, Dexter the Dragon. There was incident when he made his life enough luxurious with all the money laundering tactics and strategy. He applied through his network of underworld brokers. He tried to smuggle all illegal drugs, along with rare plants and animals, but unlucky him got involved to bribe the Interpol, and that led him to lose all the clean money he had earned along with black money. Unfortunately, that's the reason of his demise. He had everything he could do with clean money he earned, but the greed to make life more luxurious led to untimely death. She was sobbing next to Dexter's grave, and I felt sorry for her cause I found that she had nobody of her own except for her dead father. With all the tears on her eyes, she made me realize I had been successful all those times. I had love from family, good engineering degree, financial freedom, and most importantly happy childhood and tons of good memories and stories to tell. I couldn't say anything to her because I was tired of myself. I was full of myself and my ambition. I forgot what I have achieved all those times. Finally, the day came when I took my first step on International Space Station. Well, it was good feeling and excited as well. But I was unable to stay for no more than 3 months, mostly because I wasn't feeling well and lonely at the same time. Of course, the team were friendly and supportive, but I couldn't move on with my condition. Finally, after 101 days after takeoff from Earth, I landed on Earth. Unfortunately, the moment wasn't thrilling, but something was waiting for me. The girl I met on Riverbank expressed her feelings. Being shy, I wasn't able to respond to her feelings. Thus, I told her she needed to talk with my family as well. Life won't go easy as we expect it to go. It was when I quit my job as astronaut and continued my journey as structural engineer. Unfortunately, my health was getting worse. Too afraid to accept my responsibilities, I wasn't able to move ahead with my life journey. I had achieved what I wanted, but in exchange of health. Unable to think through my worst time, I was admitted to hospital. What I heard from doctors shocked my whole family. I had brain tumor and doctor claimed it was the reason for my anxious and depressed behavior. Neurosurgeon made opening on my skull and tried to remove the tissue without damaging the vital brain tissue. But it didn't go well, and it was the end of my story. I couldn't date the girl who expressed her feelings, neither could I enjoy my life. Don't know what is the cause of my anxious behavior, but what I learned was we should enjoy with what we have. Death is unavoidable and happiness is where we seek happiness in. One can't achieve everything he desires, but shouldn't give up and get anxious since it's not only thing that matters in life. All you need is family to love and support, few friends to share beer, a job for financial support, stories to tell, and your good memories to remind of how cheerful and happy you can be. That's what my great-grandfather told my father.